What's good, guys? Or what's poppin'? Is Blue or Blue Boy, whatever the fuck you want to call me. Today I'm here with my drink. If y'all know what the fuck this is, do y'all know what this is? I feel like most of y'all would know what this is. But let me know if you do. Let me know if you don't in the comments. Today I'm finna be talking about how I smoked the laced blunt back in the day. Like, how old was I? Probably like 16. I was doing bad shit at that time, and I had this blunt, and that shit was laced as fuck because weed doesn't make you see the shit that I saw. So yeah, back in the day, like when I was like 16, I was doing bad shit, you know. So I had a lot of weed at the time, and I was getting a lot of shit, a lot of random ass shit, you know, the usual shit. I just got this I got a cool amount of weed for the time being, you know. I got a cool amount. I didn't know what any of it was. I just took what I could see, you feel me? I just took what I could see. And, you know, this lace blunt was one of the things that I could see. So I took that shit, of course, obviously. What else? I took like a bong and a pipe, you know. Couple packs. I don't remember how much it was, but I have like a whole picture of it. Like after I had everything, like I laid that shit all out and like I took a picture of it because I was just ghetto like that, I guess. I don't know. I was just ghetto like that, I guess. And I just like taking pictures of all that shit. But yeah, but this one thing, this was like the only thing that was fucking laced too, which was crazy. And I took it out of like it looked like it was meant to be thrown away. But like if you see a fucking like half smoked blunt, like that shit is like there's still weed in that, you feel me? There's still fucking weed in that. And 16-year-old me was not gonna let that shit go to waste. So it's like it's like Thursday night or some shit, like hella late, like 10. It's like 10 at night on a Thursday. So I'm outside walking my dog, right? Cause I used to have a dog. I don't remember which dog it was. One of my dogs died though, R.I.P. But I was walking one of my dogs, and then I decided to like smoke this shit just because like I wasn't feeling cool. You know what I mean? I was feeling like shit. You know, the usual fucked up shit that I put myself through. Basically, I was going through that at that time, but. So I like sparked that shit up basically, and I'm smoking it like I know what it is. I'm smoking it like I damn near cleared the whole thing. But that shit hits me so fast, and I start feeling it like so fast. Like it's like 10 minutes later, and I feel that shit like fucking up like my head and like my body kind of. And like, so I get up from where I'm sitting at, cause like I sit down to do this shit. I sit down on like a curb or some shit, and like I lived in an apartment, so like we were like in the apartment, so I didn't give a fuck to like spark up outside. So like I'm outside sparking up. I like that shit. I smoke that shit. Like I know what it is. I don't know what it is. 10 minutes later, I start feeling that shit, and then like 5 minutes after, like 15 minutes later, like until like 5 minutes after the 10 minutes. It starts to feel not like weed, you know what I mean? It starts to feel kind of like scary. And at this point, like I already have like 3 years of experience smoking weed. So, you know, like I have a pretty good grasp of like my tolerance and like which types of weed does what basically. So like smoke this shit, I start feeling like hella fucking weird, like hella weird, like in my head, like you know how you feel that shit in like your eyes sometimes or some shit. Like I felt like it's so crazy. Like how I don't even know how to explain this shit because that's how fucking crazy it is. Like it literally felt like my head was like kind of like disconnected. Like I felt like a fucking robot. Like that shit had me feeling like a robot. But that's like way later because this shit lasted for a fucking long time. Not gonna lie, it lasted. Oh no, not a long time. It lasted for like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Shit lasted for like 3 hours. But so I'm walking back from smoking that shit. But while I'm walking back and I have that shit on me still. I'm not smoking it, by the way. It is raining outside. Alright, so I'm walking back and like there's like this field and there's like this field and it's like a square. and like on each corner of the square there's like 3 palm trees, and I'm like walking up to like one of the sides of the squares, and I'm looking at the palm trees, and like first I start seeing like dots. You feel me? Like, you know how like everything is like, if you really focus, like right now, if you like just really focus on what you're looking at, like you just see like the little particles, the little spots. You feel me? So I start seeing that basically, but then it starts getting really fucking blurry, like really fucking blurry, to the point where everything goes dark, and then I just start seeing these colors, like it goes dark around me, and I'm looking at the trees, and then it goes dark around the trees. I just see the trees, but like since there's lights, like there was lights like reflecting off of the trees, I guess you could say. So there was like light on, like the trees were lit up basically. So I see the trees, and they start like changing, like they start turning into particles, but like these particles are like yellow and purple, and then like it stops turning into, like you stop seeing the particles, and it just turns into like this fucking, like how do I describe it, like a weird ass fucking pattern. You feel me? Like a pattern that goes like boom, 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 like a square spiral type shit. And I see that like for the whole tree, like the whole tree just turns into a fucking square spiral pattern. And that shit was so weird. So then like I look away from that shit, like trying to snap myself out of it basically. And like I go inside and shit. I go to the bathroom because I'm feeling like fucking shit. I go to the bathroom and I'm like, oh my God. Like that shit has me on the floor already, because like I go straight to the floor when I get into the bathroom. And like I'm on like my fucking, like I'm just on the floor basically, in like a fucking fetal position basically, because I'm fucked up. Not gonna lie, I'm really fucked up, and I'm scared because I wasn't expecting that shit. And like I was already dealing with like mental issues before too, like seeing shit and hearing shit, so this was really fucking me up. But basically got me in fetal position, and then it started like, I start tripping, like my whole body starts fucking tripping out. Like my shoulders start moving, and I'm not like meaning to move them at all. Like they just start moving like a fucking robot. Like exactly how I'm doing it, that's how I was moving. Like I couldn't stop, and it was like going like this. Like I don't know what the fuck that was. It was probably out of anxiety or some shit, but I was not trying to do that shit, and I was just doing that shit. And after that, like I take the fucking blunt or whatever the fuck out of my pocket, and I flush it down the toilet, because I'm like, fuck you, fuck that shit. I should have never done this. And I feel like I have a good idea to take a shower, take like a cold shower. That shit didn't fucking help, because the cold water just felt hot. Like it felt so fucking hot to me. Like that shit was like burning me kind of. And then I was thinking like, is it like burning me because of like how cold it is? Or I was trying to figure that shit out while I was like so uncomfortable, like in pain almost. Like to me, in my head, I was in pain. But like, I was trying to figure this shit out, because like I don't know what the fuck is about to happen. You feel me? So, you know, I fucking lay down in the shower for a minute, like feeling the fucking water and shit. It's not helping. So I get out. So I'm out of the shower. I'm going to like lay down and shit. So like I get to my bed, and like it's like dark in there already. Like I'm laying down. I'm like trying to like close my eyes, make this shit go away. And like normally I have a hard time sleeping anyways. So like normally when I try to go to sleep and like I just close my eyes and I just like try to like doze off, I really don't. I just kind of feel like I'm floating, or like I'm spinning or some shit. Like it really sucks. So imagine like that feeling, but like times 100, because I'm trying to sleep this shit off, and this shit just has me so fucked up in the head. And like my body is like still like reacting to it fucking weird, like tweaking basically. Like hell fucking tweaking. So like I get up and I go to the bathroom, like the mirror part, to like look at my face just to see like how I look. I'm looking at myself, and like my face like turns green. Like I see my face turn green in the mirror and like fucking droop down. Like what the fuck is green? I don't know. I'll put something in that's fucking green. Oh, the fucking Mask. You know the Mask movie with who is it, Jim Carrey? I like kind of turned that color just like a little darker, and then my face just starts drooping down. And then like I just look away instantly, because like I know that's not real, But like, yeah, I just knew that shit wasn't real, so I wasn't really gonna freak out about it, but I was fucking freaked out about it because that shit was fucking crazy as shit. So then I walk into the kitchen and like I can't even walk straight. So I'm like going back and forth, you feel me? Like leaning and everything. And then one, like my parent was in the kitchen and they were like, what? They were like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then they were like, are you sure? Cause you don't look fine. I'm like, nah, just my stomach hurts. Like, after that, I kind of gained confidence. Like, okay, so I don't, like, I'm kind of fucked up, but like, I feel like I'm not to the point of dying, you feel me? Cause I feel like you would be able to notice if you're like really getting fucked up. So after that, like after I passed that, like getting past that person, I kind of felt like had a little more confidence because like, okay, like it's not that noticeable. It's really just in my head. But I mean, like once I find out that people don't really realize that I'm high, I feel like it's just all in my head and I get hella confidence. So I'm like, well, fuck this high. This high ain't shit because nobody even notices. So after that, I'm like, okay, this shit ain't as hard as like I'm making it seem. You feel me? So then like I go lay back down. I'm kind of like just laying there, eyes open, just looking at the dark, looking at all the fucking colors and shit that I'm fucking, like, you know, just like all the fucking like weird ass, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like you know on Ratatouille when like he eats like two foods at once and he sees all the like colors and the shit flying around him and shit. That was basically what I was witnessing. And what, like I was crying and shit. Like at some point I was crying. So it was really fucking me up, you know? Don't smoke random ass shit. That's like the lesson of this story. Don't smoke random ass shit. Obviously it wore off. Obviously I'm still here. Never found out what that shit was laced with. All I know is that weed doesn't make you hallucinate like that, and weed doesn't fuck up your body like that. That's all I know. So from my experience of smoking random shit, don't smoke random shit. Smoke shit that you roll yourself for the most of the time. Smoke shit that you pack yourself most of the time. Yeah, don't smoke no random shit. Don't steal no shit. Actually, no, I can't even say that. So whatever, disregard that. And then, well, yeah, after that high, I was back on the same bullshit. You feel me? And there's like a whole bunch of other fucking story times I have about some bullshit like that, basically. But the moral of this story, don't smoke random shit, and yeah, stay safe when you're doing drugs, basically. Stay safe because it's really easy to fucking die off that shit. So please stay safe. That was it for today. Really short video. I appreciate you for watching all the way until the end. I appreciate everybody who's been watching up until this video. I know this video took like a long ass time and I'm really sorry. But I'm gonna have like 3 videos also like after this one too. Like I'm gonna get back on like my timing. It's just I was like fixing my sleep schedule and shit. And like I just had to keep like going out, you feel me? Like I had to keep leaving the house, so I didn't really have time to film. But I'm making a lot of time to film right now. But really, I like genuinely, I appreciate everybody who watched up until this point. I appreciate everybody who subscribes. I appreciate everybody who likes the video. Like, I appreciate you just for even, like, listening to me talk for real. Like, I really do appreciate that. And don't go unnoticed. So, I mean, you can comment some shit. I'll respond. You feel me? Like, none of y'all finna go unnoticed, I promise. Like, especially right now, none of y'all finna go unnoticed. But I really thank y'all for the views. And I thank y'all for the likes and the engagement and everything. And yeah, I'm out. One bitch, there go another one. Bad bitch, so classy. Rich as fuck, she let me smack her on the ass cheek.